Well, good morning, everybody. I think we're doing our first close-up in quite a while. At least according to my phone, it seems like it's probably working. And hello. So, I guess I'll just start talking and we'll see as people kind of come into the close-up, whether we get chatters or anything. As you can see, we've given the kittens their first set of cat grass. It's just wheatgrass. I buy wheatgrass seeds that are for humans, the kind that you would use if you wanted to make like a wheatgrass shot or whatever people are doing these days. I've tried it myself. It doesn't taste very good to me, so it's just for the cats. But it is. That is what we're doing. So anyway, the kittens like it. They were very skeptical of it at first when I put it down. They were like, I don't know what this is, and I don't know if it should even be in our room. And little Mayhem here, this is Mayhem. She was the first one to actually go check it out and interact with it and discover that it was safe for everybody. And now it looks like they're all playing with it a little bit. Also, this is Ocean, who's not their mom, but has gotten to be very good friends with the kittens now. There's still like a fair bit, like when she runs up and starts trying to really play with one of the kittens, they usually hiss and there's a bit of noise. So, they're not 100%, but she's perfectly fine spending all of her time with them and vice versa. They don't mind being around her all the time. They do play together a little bit. I think they're getting really good at it. And even this morning, she and two of the kittens were upstairs in the spa overnight. And this morning, I caught two Ocean and one of the kittens in the litter box together at the same time, using the litter box, which is some tight quarters to be in if you're not pretty good friends already. Also, just pooping together. I suggest you don't do that with people that you aren't already good friends with. I try not to anyway. Just one of those life rules that I've learned. Anyway. So yeah, Ocean's doing pretty well with them. Their own mom, of course. Here, we're gonna have to walk around a little bit because I've got the doors open this morning and they're all running every which way. So we'll try to keep some kittens going while I'm telling all of you what's going on and catching up with you all. Let's see. Their mom. I was going to talk about their mom, who is Cahoots, is her name, and she's upstairs. And you might hear her meowing in the background now that I'm talking. She sounds like she wants to sort of talk too. That was her just then. If you heard that little meow in that breath I took, we'll go up and see her in a minute. The reason that she's not with them is because with her suit off, and especially when she's hungry in the morning, she did have breakfast already, but when she's got the food concerns going on pretty much all the time, and she can be a little feisty with pretty much everybody, and has some real what I would guess you would call food insecurity. Which turns out to be a real problem, by the way. I think the last time we spoke, I was really scratching my head trying to figure out why she had bad poop all the time, with my biggest suspicion being that it was sort of stress-related. And I do think the stress of, being around other cats and being just sort of generally, I don't know, can I say neurotic, as a cat? Like, she's an extra nervous cat anyway. And I think that does contribute, but it seems like the biggest factor is just how much she'll eat if she gets a chance. She just eats so much that it gives her bad poops, and sometimes she vomits, and we've seen that plenty of times. Loganberry has been that way, with especially the overeating and vomiting. That also with Loganberry related to having too many other cats around, and he wants to get all the food before they do. So a lot of times you'll see that we take Loganberry and we feed him when we think he's going to have the problem. He's gotten over it quite a bit as time has gone on, but when we can see he's kind of acting that way in the morning, I'll feed him by himself. So we've started doing that with her, which is why she's upstairs in her own room for breakfast this morning. She's obviously finished it or she wouldn't be meowing at me. That's why she's getting fed on her own, and that's why you'll probably notice most of the time when I come to feed her kids, I have to take her away. So we'll talk more about her mom when we go up to see her in a little bit. But that's why Ocean here is hanging out with these kittens that she's not their mom of, and their own mom is not hanging out with them right now. That way they can be exposed to everybody. If we had their mom here, it would just be her and the kittens, and we wouldn't have the doors open with all the faculty running around because their mom just isn't ready for all that. Not quite yet. When we had the suit on her, she got along pretty well with everybody, and there's been some speculation that I've heard from people that maybe that's the suit kind of calms her, like a thunder suit does for some dogs that are scared of storms. And I actually believe that a little bit could be a possibility. So I don't know what that means, though, whether we should put the suit on her to try to get her to be calm, or because she also doesn't like it. Obviously, she doesn't like it very much, but it does seem like it might have that calming effect on her as well. So it's worth considering, and we'll think about putting it on and not putting it on, and we'll play it by ear like we always do. Anyhow, I'm really glad to be doing a close-up with you guys again. We've been through so much. It's been a few weeks since we've done a close-up, and there's been a lot that's gone on in that time. I have so many excuses about why we haven't had one. I did try one the other day, and I had a little tiny technical problem that stopped it from happening. But now I guess I don't have any more excuses for a while. I've got a new phone. This is a new phone. I don't know if you can tell a difference in quality on the video from it. I can. I think it looks much better. Let's see. Oh, I saw. What about asking the vet from Terry? I didn't get the context for that, but I assume you mean what about asking the vet about her poops or about the suit? I can do that. I don't know if I don't talk to someone who's like an animal behaviorist that our vet would have any special insight into that. I think our vet would say, well, if it seems like it works, feel free to try it. Is the kind of advice I think I'd be likely to get from most vets. But I don't mind asking around a little bit for some help there. If it was in regards to the poops or anything else, though, we've still got a lot to follow up on with the vet about that kind of stuff. Here, let's go in the next room while we're talking, since they kind of seem like they're heading this direction. They got some tunnels in here. I brought out a big tunnel. This is from that space play set, the NASA play set. That I didn't bring out the whole play set, but I grabbed the tunnel, and they love this tunnel. They've been playing in it quite a bit, as you can see, and moving it all over the room. Let's see. Where was I? I was saying something about the vet. So yeah, we have had, we brought in the poop sample and all that stuff, so we've been through all that. Also, I'm going to push to get her spayed, I think, as soon as possible. DJ seems to think that having her spayed might also help calm her down a little bit. We'll see. I don't want to make this all about their mom, of course, and we'll want to talk about her more when we actually go up to see her. These kids are having so much fun right now. They are just everywhere. I don't even know how to keep up with them. Okay, so let me make a couple more excuses while I'm talking about stuff that has and hasn't happened. I have made a couple more attempts to get the T-shirts up to date on our website and on our Teespring store, and it's not working. Teespring most recently has put together an update that makes their stuff so much easier for us to use and so much easier for us to put the designs together. It's wonderful. It's a great change. Only one little problem. It makes it impossible for us to actually post any designs. I know, it seems like a weird oversight. I've tried. I spent hours on it just yesterday, in fact. I've got a couple things I think I can try on our end to make it work. Surely it must be working in some sense. If it didn't work for anybody, I'm sure it would be a bigger deal. So I'm going to keep trying to get those T-shirts up. We're way behind. We got stuck on the Tommy design that I love, and I know lots of people love. Even Tommy's adopter has been like, hey, when's that going to get up there? I want to buy some Tommy merch. He's my cat now. Yeah, it makes sense. So I've got one more thing I can try on this side before I really just throw my hands up and I'm like, all right, we got to quit Teespring forever, which may end up being what happens. Who knows? So just so you know, that's where the T-shirts are. Also, we did a photo shoot, believe it or not, in the last week. DJ helped me do a photo shoot that's sort of Christmas themed with these kittens. And it came out pretty good. And at some point, I've got to get that published to everybody. But just know the photos are there, so we've got them and can publish them in due time. And then also, Ocean's adopter, I know is also news that people are going to want to hear about, which is that Ocean is still getting adopted, as far as we know, on schedule at the first week of December. I think it's December 4th. That date's changed a little bit a couple times, so I'm just saying the first week of December. But that's when we expect. And Ocean is going to have a kitten friend at her new house that she gets to continue to play with. I can tell you that much, which is good because Ocean needs a lot of play. When she doesn't have these kittens to run around and play with in the morning, she is running around the house just meowing and trying to play with by herself, and she does a pretty good job of keeping herself entertained, but you can tell she really prefers to have a playmate. And of course, it took her a long time to even get to be as good with these kittens as she is, so it'll probably take some time before she's totally cool with her new roommate, but I know they will be in due time, so that's what matters. It's just good she's got somebody. Lots of noises. Can you hear all that? That's, I think, mostly our little boy, Hogwash. We've discovered when Hogwash runs and plays, he often likes to sort of vocalize with these weird little noises that he makes. I don't even know how. I've been calling it barking. It's not exactly a bark, but it's also not a meow, and it's not the normal play sounds like his mom makes or like Ocean makes. It's very interesting. I hope we can catch some more of it as he does. That's him right there, and he was just making some noises. So also in general, DJ has been on vacation for the last week, and she's also on vacation this week before she goes back to work. And I've been trying to spend as much of my time as I can hanging out with her. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but it is one reason why, when she takes vacation, I'm kind of on vacation too. Hi, buddy. Hi, am I talking too much for you? You look a little nervous about what's going on. You haven't seen me doing this in a while, have you? This is Flim Flam. She, I would actually say Flim Flam, speaking of being nervous, probably the most nervous of the group. It's not Bam. It's probably Flim Flam. Although she gets along, obviously, just fine. She's the most skeptical about new things. And Mayhem, I think, is the opposite end of that spectrum. Also, Bam, I think the last time we talked, Bam was still running behind as far as weights go. Bam having been the smallest when born and the runt all along. That's Bamboozle. Has caught up and is the same weight as the other kids now, and just as much into everything as they are, which is nice to see. That actually doesn't usually happen. Usually the one that's the smallest is the smallest sort of forever. But she seems like she's really made up for it, so that's pretty cool too. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you guys, because it's been a long time since we've talked, but I don't know, actually. It might be fun if we could try to grab each of these kittens for a little weigh-in this morning, which, why not? Why not try that while we're talking and see how we're doing here? We got the scale sitting right here. I'll just leave it right here. We'll bring the kittens over to it. Oh, hello. That way we can, let's see. I don't know what order to go in, though. I don't remember. It's been so long since we've had a weigh-in. And obviously I would weigh them more frequently if I was concerned at all about them, but they are doing so well. Hi, Custard. You don't need a weigh-in. I know. I'd be afraid to check at this point. He's just been putting on more weight. And that's our fault, of course. Cats don't just do that on their own. But it's been difficult to try to manage everything at once, and that's one of the things that's kind of fallen by the weight side. Okay, who to start with? I think Hoodwink is usually the first one, and I think this is Hoodwink. I just grab one at random here. Yes, it is. Hi, Hoodwink. Hi. Hi, I can tell it's Hoodwink now. I still do want to put collars on these guys. It's probably a good time for that this week. But Hoodwink, you can tell because she's the one that's got the gray completely covering just the one eye. And completely covering like all the way around if you look close enough. You see that? There you go. Thanks for illustrating that, Hoodwink. Oh, and we got the wrong units on here, so hold still. There we go. Hoodwink weighs 29.7 ounces this morning. Oh, are you all the way on there, though? Let's double check. There we go. Well, we're going to say 29.7. She wants to walk off of it now that she's like, okay, I checked that out. Yeah, that's close enough. 29.7, 29.8. Something like that. The better part of 2 pounds, anyway. All right, there's a little Hoodwink. Looking good, Hoodwink. Hey, look at me one more time. Okay, well, there we go. You can go in here and play. Let's see, who are we going to grab next now? We'll just go in whatever order we grab them and hope we remember everybody. This is Flim Flam. I still can tell Flim Flam mostly by the fact that her face isn't Hoodwink's quite. There we go. You can see her gray does not cover the whole eye. It's a little more symmetrical. And then, of course, she's got that big dot right in the middle of her shoulder blades. This one is it's turned into a real big spot, but it's still right there, big spot. So that's Flim Flam. And Flim Flam weighs 30.3 ounces. 30.3, again, the better part of 2 pounds, probably for everybody. All right, so this is Flim Flam. Oh, hi. Show us your face one more time, though, so everybody gets a real good... Oh, okay, or don't. That's fine, too. All right, so that's Flim Flam. Now, here's Mayhem, halfway through the space station. Hi, Mayhem. Why don't you come with us next? Mayhem's, of course, very easy to tell apart because Mayhem, she is the one that has the most white overall, the most white face, and that little tiny dot on her head that I love to see. Very easy to tell her apart at a glance. And Mayhem today weighs 32 point something, and that is just over 2 pounds, so she's a big one. Go show us your pretty face, though, just for a minute. Come here. Give us a little Tommy pose. There you go, more or less. Hi. Okay, there we go. Hi. That's as good as we're going to get. All right, wait. Up. This is Hogwash, the boy. I often just call him the boy. His name is Hogwash. And really, I tell him apart by the fact that he's got a very symmetrical face, and he's not Flim Flam. You check the back for that. So that's how I tell him. There's this big white collar, but he doesn't have a dot in the middle at all. Okay. So that's Hogwash, the boy. Hoggy, let's see how much you weigh, bud. Sit right there. 36.8. He's also the big boy. Yeah, all right. Good job, Hogwash. All right, so I think that's everybody except Bam. Somebody tell me if I forgot anybody except Bam. Oshi, by the way, Oshi's favorite toys are the ball tracks, which you see she's playing with one right now, kind of, and those little Charlie balls. And she really does love the ball tracks a lot. It's cute to see her in here playing with the kittens. All right, I'm still holding him because he's being a snuggle bunny. Yeah, okay, but let's put you down so you can get back to play. Okay. Now, did we get everybody except for Bam? I think we did, and this has got to be Bam right here in the tunnel. Come here, Bam. Bam, you can tell apart because she has a symmetrical face, but she's just got a tiny little line of white in between her eyes. You see that? Everybody else has a big triangle of white at least. But Bamboozle, her full name Bamboozle, little Bam, has just that little white bit in between. So let's put her down for a sec there. 30.6, like I said, she's really caught up to everybody else. And as you can see, she's mostly gray, with just a little bit of white also on her face too, so it's kind of the same throughout. I think, if I remember right about how cats' genetics work, that white basically does work like that, like it's just an amount of white gene. So she's got a little bit less of the amount of white gene, I guess. Also, that if I remember correctly, the amount of white gene is what really, interestingly, makes the difference between Tortie and a calico, and all those little ranges in between. I guess it's the amount of white gene that also causes those spots that are on the calico to become more broken up, a lot more like on a Tortie when it's... maybe I'm wrong about that because that seems backwards to me, but I know that's related somehow. I should say I think it's related somehow. We'll see. All right, so that is, I think, everybody now weighed, and thanks for doing that with me. Weighed and introduced. And we're about 20 minutes in, so now might be a good time for us to go up and actually see their mom. If you want to watch these guys keep fighting down here, maybe we'll come back at the end because they're having a lot of fun. And we're not going to be able to bring their mom down. She's got to stay separated while the faculty's out, of course. But maybe we'll come back down. Otherwise, if you want to keep watching them, you know to check the Kitten Academy live stream on YouTube. It's been running continuously for, like 6 years now. So you can find it by searching for the Kitten Academy live stream. And you can watch these little kittens from all the other cameras that are around all day long if you like. Hi, what are you doing? Another way to tell Flim Flam is she's the one that's most shy. I could tell that's you just because you want to run away. Hi, Mayhem. You want to wrestle with my feet? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hi, okay. Why don't you pick on somebody your own size for a minute? Oh, there we go. I see everybody sniffing around over there. That's a sign. I got to go check that after the stream. I saw Ocean sniffing over there earlier. That's usually how I can find places that cats have peed that I wasn't expecting. So we'll check on that afterwards. After. Oh, I think I mentioned the fact that we built this cute little. I mentioned this in one of the micro close-ups, but not in the real close-ups yet. We built a climbing wall up here for them, and they actually have climbed it. The kittens have been up in that pod at least once, which I felt very good about. I didn't expect them to get up there quite yet. And you can see it's got this basket, the little transparent bottom basket that was sent in to mailbag, and this pod that was sent into mailbag, which is very nice. And then I added some stairs and a couple of little posts, and of course the rug wall all mounted pretty nicely. We still need to do some painting in here. I still haven't painted the new door, which I'm still getting some questions about. Yes, there is a new door in between the kitchen and the living room so that we can close this space off for cats when we need to. And all that still needs a fresh coat of paint, which we'll get to in due time. All right, let's go up and see their mom now. Oh, okay, Oshi. She's going to zoom right by us. All right, we got to sneak in without letting her out. She's going to want to come right out. Hi, I know. Meow to you. What are you saying? Really? She has such a musical meow. Now you can see she's still got a bit of the head tilt. And we are still talking to the vet about that. When we had her in for her vaccine, we had another look at it. The vet still thinks it may be something mechanical that she can have a better look at the spay. So that's pretty much the plan, is to wait until she gets her spay and check it out then. You can see she's super friendly and affectionate. A lot of times she likes to just get up on the beanbag chair in here and take a nap or snuggle with me. She is a super sweetheart. She just has a real hard time around other cats, especially when she's very hungry. Oh, I get all the headbutts this morning. Wow, you're very affectionate this morning. That's super sweet. Oh, she's making a big purr, too. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear that. That's so nice. Did you get to hear that at all? So some of these slow feeding bowls came in the mailbag for her. This cow is a slow feeding bowl. You put dry food in it, and then it's supposed to be something for her to work out how to get the dry food out of all these little bits. You can still see there's a couple little bits in there, which is surprising because it does not work as a slow feeding bowl for her. She's learned almost instantly. She's so frantic about the food, she just gets to biting on everything. And so she pretty much instantly figured out that if she bites the whole thing, she can just pick it up and flip it, and all the food comes out. It doesn't really work as a slow feeding bowl, which is why I use this as a slow feeding bowl today. I just put a little tiny bit of her wet food in each of these, and it does slow her down a little bit. Probably not as much as she needs, but then nothing could. And then for feeding her dry food, I just sprinkle it around all around the floor and let her walk around and find it like a little vacuum cleaner, which she also does frantically. And it's kind of fun to watch, but she's nothing slows her down. She is a fast little cat. And crazy smart. We also got a slow feeding wet food bowl for her in the mailbag, which is a great thing. Our viewer, I remember Charlie I is the one who sent that in. And it's a great idea for her, I think. But needs a little bit of practical something to make it practical for her, because also with the wet food bowl, the first thing she did was bite the bowl and then flip it. And surprisingly didn't leave much of a mess, I think, because she's so desperate to eat. She just cleans all that stuff up on her own. Yes, she is such a sweetie, though. And you can see, I feel like we should weigh her, too. I don't have a scale up here, but I feel like she's starting to put some weight back on and get back to a healthy weight. Maybe that'll help her be less frantic about eating when she gets there. She's definitely being more affectionate towards people and a little more settled in her new place. And it's great to see that adjustment, even though I think that she's got, she started from such a spot that she's got a long way to go. But she is a sweetheart that, as soon as we get her spayed, could probably go to a great home. Just most likely going to need to either be adopted with one of her kittens, which I think would be a great option for somebody like her that's not going to be able to make very good friends with anybody else without a lot of effort, or adopted to somebody who just wants one cat that's going to be nutty and wild and fun all the time like she is. And super affectionate. Like I said, her favorite thing to do when she's off camera is just to go to the bedroom and hang out on the bed with me and DJ and just sit there and watch TV and chill out. That's something she really enjoys doing. So a real good cat for somebody that wants a companion or who wants to start a cat family of two with one of her kittens, I guess. Hi. Probably not the best choice, though, for adopting to get along with anybody else unless you've got a lot of time to put into it. At least at this point. And maybe we'll, unlock that puzzle for her, and she'll end up being friends with everybody. Who knows? Oshi was a little bit nervous making it first, too, where we thought Oshi might not get along, and now she's friends with everybody. Except Maggie, of course, but that's not her choice. Oh, she also loves to play, of course. I think that's what might be trying to tell me, that she wants to play with something. Or maybe she just wants to hunt for more food. But if you were watching last night when we brought them all up to the spa, you might have seen that, where we got the toys out. And she does not hesitate to run in and grab the toys even when her kids are trying to play with it. Yeah, exactly what Scott Hamilton is saying. There's a good chance that when she finds a quieter place and maybe she can meet just one other cat at a time, maybe she could get along. I'm just saying that I wouldn't gamble everything on that myself. I would say, if you're looking for a kitty that just is going to love to hang out with you and love to play and always keep you entertained, and just the one cat should be a good choice for that. And who knows, over time, maybe you can help her learn not to worry so much about where her next meal is going to come from. Sort of relax and enjoy her life, which, again, we're working on very hard here with her. Just something. Sometimes it takes them a little while to learn that everything's going to be okay from here on out. All right. Anyway, we're going to leave her here for a minute or two. I know. Now, she's going to yell at the door at first, but then after a while, like I said, she usually just climbs up in the big old soft beanbag chair and chills out. She's not going to stay there when she thinks there's a chance the door's going to open and she can go through it, though. Yeah, I know, but let's do that, then we can say goodbye with her little kittens. You stay on that side, though. Okay. Oh, I was trying to get her cute little face, but I missed it. Sorry. right. Well, hey, thanks for everybody that got the chance to join me this morning early, as I know it is for most of you, live for this close-up. But if you didn't get to join us live and you're watching it recorded, that's fine too. Thanks for that. I appreciate all the views, and it's going to be time soon for us to start shilling for adopters for these kittens. So every view counts. It really does help. That's why we do this. We find the mom cats through the shelters, through DAWs, and then we help them deliver their very last litter, get them all fixed up and ready to go to homes. And the whole reason that we do it on YouTube, of course, is because finding adopters is the toughest part, really. And so every little view helps. All of you are contributing to that process in a wonderful way, and I really, really appreciate it. That's why I do feel it very deeply when I'm unable to do these close-ups for a while. It matters. It matters to me. I know it matters to you. So thanks for sticking by us. Thanks for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. Looks like these kids are just about ready for second breakfast, and I got to go remember to check that spot that everybody was sniffing. So I'm going to get to that. If you want to keep watching the kittens or watch me try to clean up and all that stuff, you can tune into the Kitten Academy live stream and probably get a chance to see quite a bit of that live. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Also, coffee. I need a second coffee. Ooh, do I ever.